Crude oil is one of my favorite markets to trade, and here we take a look in NinjaTrader at Cobra Crude Oil. Here it is. We're long today, 102.43, and we got in at on the money management algorithms. We have the money management algorithms over here on the right. Got in at 102.29. The money management algorithms allow us to nearly double our profits. And this is based on the back test, hypothetical results. Taking a look at here the Cobra Crude trading system, which alone stands on its own and does well. See the results, 82.94. This is going back to January of 2008. The average trade profit is 102.81, and the worst case drawdown is $10,154. Here is the graph. You see that drawdown right there, choppy time period, and we're near equity peaks currently. Taking a look at the money management algorithm version, you get about $5,000 less in profits, but your drawdown is about half as much. So if you take a look at the difference here, 10,154, 51.80, this means you can trade two contracts based on a drawdown, based on the same drawdown roughly. If you doubled this drawdown, it would be 10,360. So it'd be a little bit more, it'd be about $200 more than this drawdown. But you could trade twice as many contracts. That's not counting margin. You'd have to include margin in your account for two contracts instead of one, but just solely based on drawdown, you trade twice as many contracts, and this number would automatically go to about 150. So about 70,000 more than this number and almost twice the number. Here is the equity curve. You see these flat periods when it stops trading, and you take a look at the drawdown here. It stopped on this side. So these drawdowns didn't occur, and this one is at equity peaks. And so taking a look at the settings on this, these are normal Cobra Crude settings, and then on our money management algorithm, we are taking a look at this strategy here, money management equity curve algorithms revision 5. And we've selected that. You have to select the strategy that you want to apply the algorithm to from the drop-down menu. As long as that's an active enabled strategy, you can select any of the strategies here. You can do that in the strategy analyzer in a chart window. Contracts, one contract we're looking at, we're using a limit entry in 8 points. We're getting in at 8 points better. And then you're using a drawdown stop. If we have a drawdown of $5,000, we're stopping, and then we're getting back in on a run up at 3,000. And we're also using the average drawdown algorithm over the last 100 bars. And so you can see all these zeros. That means those, if you see a zero next to it, that means that is not applied. And so the input for that does not count or is not being applied. So the other ones that apply are 7 and 8. $5,000 drawdown, $3,000 run up, gets back in. 100 bars on rule number 8. And you've got your time-based inputs, max daily entry, stop loss, and then we sync the exit with the master, and we use a liberal with open because we're canceling, replacing the market. And so then you take a look at the results as we just did, and that's how you set this up in TradeStation and multi-charts the exact same way. And today we see this long trade. Taking a look at it in TradeStation, we've got Cobra Crude got in at 102.42, so it got one tick lower in TradeStation. But the money management algorithm got in at 102.29, which is the same price as NinjaTrader had. So one tick difference in the platforms. And so that's how you set up Cobra Crude. That's how you trade Cobra Crude, and how you can nearly double the profits historically in your research with the money management equity curve algorithms. So one of the things top traders like to do is use the equity curve algorithm. One popular approach is the last 30 trades, the moving average of the last 30 trades. The way you'd set this up with our money management algorithms is to take a look at the inputs here that we have. I've already set this up. We've selected the strategy. We used rule number 1, just rule number 1, moving average. We use a limit entry. Basically, when this rule is true, we get on the next bar. At the close of this one, minus 0 points on a limit for a long. Just basically putting a limit order in at the close of the current bar once the conditions are true. You could also test a market order. Sometimes that's better. You might miss it if you use a limit order. And for the moving averages, for L1 use 1, and for L2 use 30. And this converts this dual moving average into a single moving average because you're taking the average of the current trade, which is just this current trade, and compare it to the last 30 trades instead of a number like 20 and 40 that we have as a default here, or 10 and 20. Just its current by making L1 1 and then L2 30. So that's how you set that up. That's the only difference in the previous setup. And the results for that, we have here, you see the equity curve, you see the results, 58, 870, $22,000 less approximately. The average trade profit is just a couple of bucks higher, but the drawdown is the real gain. You go from 10,154 to 5140. So it's a good improvement with the total net profit over the drawdown. You get an improvement in that respect. So that's how you would trade the money management algorithm. How you use the money management algorithms to trade the average trade to trade the equity curve based on its single period moving average of the last 30 trades. Also, you can find out, you get the Cobra CTs when you get the money management algorithms through March 31st. And you can go here to NinjaTrader Trading Systems, Cobra CT NinjaTrader. I've included those reports in TradeStation under the money management guide over here at NinjaTrader. You'll find them under here under NinjaTrader Trading Systems, Cobra CTs, and you can see all the reports, all the setups. It's basically a progression so that the Cobra CTs 5s are the ones that are the best. Cobra CT5B E-mini S&P and Cobra CT5 DAX. Those are the two best strategies. And you can see the DAX version down here at the bottom. And so that's included with the money management algorithms through March 31st.